You, of course, have written extensively on the Supreme Court in the past, but now it is Prashant Bhushan who finds himself in the eye of a storm. The Supreme Court wants him to reconsider his statements directed, they say, against judges in the court. They say if he doesn't do so, he could be sentenced on Monday. Prashant has refused to apologize, saying he sees no reason to reconsider. What's your view? Should Prashant Bhushan apologize to the Supreme Court?
Well, that is, of course, a personal decision, but I would be surprised if he apologizes. That is asking too much of a person. And after all, then the person must genuinely believe that, yes, he did something wrong. Prashant would have considered the matter over the last few weeks and months. So I would think that the best course, you see, it is for the court, that the court has made its point in its judgment. After all, they have spent time in writing or dictating a 108-page judgment. And it is best that they leave that judgment to the test of time.
Are you saying that the court should not use its jurisdiction to sentence Prashant Bhushan for what they believe is contempt of court?
I certainly think so. I do not think that the stature of the court is enhanced by that, look here, we have said what we wanted to say, and let the citizenry judge it, let everybody reflect on it. If you go on sort of swatting a mosquito with an axe, you will only hurt yourself. And it does not behove the dignity of the court to do this. After all lawyers and every citizen concerned with the judiciary wants the court to be held in high esteem.
Let's, in that context, Mr. Shourie, look at what...
If I may just add one sentence.
Yes.
It is never a good idea for people in high office to stand on prestige. It is best for them to let their words speak, let their judgments speak, let their conduct speak, the discharge of official duties speak. That is the way. You know, this high chair on which anybody sits, the president, the prime minister, these judges, secretaries of the government, or whoever are big people, or the chiefs of staff, that chair is meant to be sat upon, not to be stood upon.
Very interestingly put. A chair is meant to be sat upon, not stood upon. Let's look at the specifics, Mr. Shourie. Prashant Bhushan's one tweet that the Supreme Court and the last 4 Chief Justices have played a particular role in destroying democracy. According to the court, this tweet has the effect of destabilizing the very foundation of the important pillar of Indian democracy. There is no manner of doubt that a tweet, which is of course just 280 characters, tends to shake the public confidence in the institution of judiciary. Lots of big words there. How do you see it?
280 characters shaking the central pillar of democracy, and that is just not. That shows, as I'd be repeating myself to say that betrays a sense of nervousness about that central pillar of democracy and Indian democracy, which is not warranted. I don't think that the reputation of the Supreme Court is so fragile as the judges have made it out to be, that some small 280 characters, not even words, are going to destabilize democracy and bring the Supreme Court into contempt and so on. Not at all.
But when someone says the last 4 Chief Justices have played a particular role in destroying democracy, is that fair criticism?
Yes, because I mentioned this. Supposing someone says this, and you genuinely feel that this is really bringing the Supreme Court into, it's shaking people's faith in the Supreme Court, under the law, you are obliged to give the person the opportunity to prove his point. That's the law. Truth is a defense. It was not the case during the British period, but when the Venkachalaya Committee reviewed the working of the Indian Constitution, they said that the law of contempt should be amended and truth should be made a defense. This amendment was introduced in Mr. Bajpayee's time in 2003. Then, of course, the Lok Sabha dissolved, and it was taken up again by Dr. Manmohan Singh's government, and in 2006 it was passed.